Creighton is on its way. Of Coach Craig McDermott, Alex O'Connell, and Arthur Kaluma. Whenever you're set.
Wow. We beat a really good team, championship team, and we did it our way. We did it with defense. They really hurt us from the three-point line at their place. We knew we had to clean that up. And, we're blessed with the ability. Not many teams in our conference, let alone the country, can play Nate Watson one-on-one. And because we have Ryan Kalkbrenner, we can. And that allows us to take some other stuff away. But our young team doesn't play like a young team anymore. They've really grown up. I told Arthur this a couple weeks ago. He's made the most progress of anybody in our program from the first practice till today. His everyday work ethic in practice, outside of practice, and then gradually learning how we play and how he can be effective and efficient within that system. He's really slowed down, and the fruits of his labor are paying off now for him and for us. And then Alex has been kind of mirrored in a shooting slump, but he hasn't wavered in his confidence, and he hasn't wavered in getting extra shots up after practice. And when the lights were the brightest tonight, he came out of it. So really proud of this team. Obviously, Providence has had a heck of a year, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody in the NCAA tournament. I wish them all the best. But this is a really good win for our program, and this is our fourth time in the championship game in the 8 or 9 years we've been in the league, and we haven't been able to quite kick that door down. And hopefully tomorrow is the time to do that.
Questions, raise your hand, please. Go to Zach in the middle.
You guys are without a very good player, obviously, but you've managed to beat 3 tournament teams without him, 3-2. Was there anything you happened when he went down? I remember that night at St. John's, you were talking about how proud you were of the win, but since then, was there anything you guys have done to kind of mitigate his absence?
Yeah, that particular night, we didn't have time to think about the magnitude of what happened. Like, we had to play the game, and we found a way to grit it out and gut it out and get a win against a St. John's team that doesn't lose much at home. And then I think it really hit us those next few days leading up to the Providence game. We went right to Providence. We were there 3 nights, and I think it hit our team like, this is a big deal, and how are we going to get ourselves out of it? And then we played Providence on a night, like I said, that nobody was probably going to beat them. And we've gradually grown and improved since then. I think Trey has settled into that role. It's different. Our pace isn't quite the same, but he's got great vision, for a young player. And fortunately, we moved him to the backup point guard in January, in the middle of January. He probably played 5 to 10% of his minutes there, so at least he was familiar with it. But the leadership from Alex and Hawk and Keyshawn has been terrific, and these young guys just haven't wavered. Maybe it's because they don't know any better. They don't know the stage that they're on, but they don't really care. This is a connected group. They don't really care who gets the credit. They get along extremely well. They have each other's back, and I'll go to battle with a team like that any day.
Right here in front.
Coach, and you referenced that quote that you had yesterday about when you went to Providence a couple weeks ago. You said not even the Golden State Warriors could have gone in there and beaten them that night. With the way your team played tonight, can you say the same about the 2 guys sitting next to you and the rest of your squad?
We made some shots tonight, and let's face it, it's kind of a make shot, miss shot game, and we had some go in, and our defense is pretty good. We lead the league in defense. And we're comfortable with teams taking certain shots against us, and I think we forced Providence into a lot of mid-range stuff, and I think that frustrated them. But we were pretty special tonight on both ends of the floor. And those possessions early in the second half, when you knew Providence was going to try to make a run, we made them take some tough shots. We forced back-to-back shot clock violations. That's against a really, really good team. So we've grown leaps and bounds defensively. from the start of the season, and you know, it's what you have to have if you're going to win in a tournament like this and win in the NCAA tournament.
In the middle, Kevin.
You have a question for Arthur. The last 6 minutes of the first half, I think you had 10 points in that stretch. Ball just kind of found its way to you, or were you just looking to be more aggressive during that period?
I just feel like throughout the game, I was just telling myself, just let it come to you. Don't try to force anything, because I just didn't want to get up a bad shot, so I wanted us to get good possessions. The last 6 minutes, the ball was finding me, and I was hitting my shots, so it was working out.
In the second row here.
Alex, 18 points. Did you anticipate this outcome tonight?
I mean, I don't know if you can really anticipate, scoring or whether your shot goes in. I just kind of like Coach said, I haven't been shooting the ball too well in the last few games, but, I stayed confident, and, credit to my teammates for finding me in the open spots, and, my shot fell, and it feels good when your shot falls, and that builds confidence for the rest of the game for the rest of the guys.
Second row, Billy.
Yeah, this is for Alex. You're one of the few guys, I guess, that's actually played in an NCAA tournament with fans. And how much are you gonna? I'm sure it was nice to play at Hinkle last year, but and that was a great experience. But how much are you going to appreciate environments like tonight? Going into next week.
Yeah, I think I'm really going to appreciate it, especially with what we went through last year, with limited fans and, being in the bubble. And, also just how much I love this group of guys and just how much fun we've had. I'm really excited for us to all experience that together. That's really what I'm looking forward to the most.
Brendan, last one.
This is for the players. How much is it when you have a big guy in the middle? It just opens up the shooting lanes for you guys.
I mean, Kalkbrenner played amazing this game. I mean, coming in and doing what he does, especially against Nate Watson, who's obviously a big physical guy, it was everything for us. I mean, and then him taking up the middle and not allowing us to get to our shooters, it was big.
Creighton, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Providence is on the way. For Providence, it's going to be Jared Bynum with Coach Ed Cooley. Providence is here. Coach Ed Cooley and Jared Bynum.
We good?
Yep.
Ooh, take a deep breath on that one. Yeah, it's a lot to unwind in that right there. You got to give. I thought Creighton played great. I thought they played well yesterday. They had great energy that carried over today. And, we just, again, something that caught us. Thought the energy was tough. I thought we pressed and it just snowballed and snowballed. I thought we're pressing. We didn't play well. Call it what it is. They played well and we didn't, and they were a big reason why. And I'm happy for Coach McDermott. Really, really happy for him. I'm happy. He's great for our league. All right, he's done great in this league. I think he's been in this championship game now maybe 3 or 4 times, and his team really earned it. All right, we picked a bad time to play bad, and in a great arena, unbelievable crowd. You know, unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity to coach today. So I am very, very proud of our team. I told them, you know, you can't just look at this game and we can be upset, we can be hurt, we can be mad, but, you know, our job is to respond, and I think we earned the right to play next week. You know, it's unfortunate that we played bad today, but it's a game, and there's another 40-minute opportunity waiting for us some 4 or 5 days from now. So, but credit Creighton, they were big time today. Made shots, and we just didn't, and I think they had a lot to do with it. But really happy for them, hurting for our players. Life will move on, and we'll look forward to preparation and practice and see where we're going next week.
Questions, raise your hand, please. Colony, right yours.
Coach, is there anything that you plan to take away from this game to use for the upcoming tournament?
I got to process that one because there wasn't a lot of positive to take from today. Again, I felt we pressed. Honestly, I got to think about that one. I don't know. I don't know what positive we can take from that. There wasn't a lot of positivity out there, you know. But I mean, let me think about it for a second if I have an answer. But I don't have one to give you right now, ma'am.
Right here. All the way in the back there.
Ed, when they have a guy like Kalkbrenner who can match up on Nate one-on-one that way, just how much did that frustrate not only Nate, but just trying to get something going offensively?
Yeah, I thought he was a big impact in today's game. You know, he was up for the challenge. You know, Nate traditionally has played well against him, and he took it to us today. He was really good. He impacted the game in every way in front of the rim, and I think we went 2 days without a basket, you know, and I think he was a big reason why.
In the back, keep going.
Ed, you called 3 timeouts over a minute and a half of game time. What were your messages to the team during those moments? What were you
Again, you feel it. You know, you're trying to get them dialed in. Probably the first time I've ever done that. Just trying to change their rhythm, trying to get our attention. Obviously, that didn't work. Didn't work too well. If anything, it probably helped them because it gave them energy when I called timeout. So, that's something I'll learn from and get better because of it.
Brendan in the middle.
Jared, 6 assists as a group tonight. The shots weren't falling, but was it more maybe the ball was sticking a little too much, and maybe how much is that credit to what Creighton did to you guys?
It's probably a mixture of both. Ball sticking too much and not making shots. In order to get assists, you gotta make shots. So definitely gonna get back in the gym and work on what we've been working on all year, and watch film and try to find that offensive flow that we had going into this game, and hopefully we can get it back going into the tournament next week.
On here on the left, right here.
Hi, Coach. It looked like AJ got banged up at one point, went back to the locker room. Any idea on what his status is going forward?
I don't know. He definitely got banged up and nicked up a little bit. Our team docs will take a look at him. Hopefully we get a couple of days to rest him, and hopefully he can heal up and try to get back on the floor.
We're staying in the back, Maury.
Ed, you talk about perspective all the time. How do you make sure that the guys know that this is just one of 30 this year?
Right, and it's our job as the leaders and as the coach to continue to instill confidence in our men. When you play a game like this, A, your ego can get shattered, B, your confidence could get shattered, and I just want them to, just understand that it is only one game. Obviously, it's a really big stage, great arena, great support, great crowd. That's what the Big East tournament is all about. Yet at the same time, we're a confident group. I'm very proud of our group. I love this team, and our best basketball is ahead of us. And quite frankly, I didn't think we played well yesterday. We just found a way to win, and I thought that caught up to us today. We got some warts just like everybody else, but we'll get better.
Kevin.
Ed, it's 25-25, 6:41 to go. What went wrong in that last 6 minutes? Kaluma, I think, had 10 down the stretch.
Yeah, again, very, very good player. Very good player. And again, we missed some shots. We missed some layups. I think we missed, we missed a couple of wide open shots that we had been making, and then we pressed. It was a big turnover. I think we had a defensive rebound. He just made a basket, and then it was a turnover, and then he made a three. How about the confidence of that young man to shoot that? That goes to tell you the job and the confidence that Greg instills in his players. So it's a credit to him. I still think we're at 25 points, and it's an hour after the game.
Billy?
Ed, what sort of impact do you think the performance tonight might have on your seeding?
I mean, that's something I can't control. That's hopefully our body of work throughout. I mean, I don't want our seeding to be impacted on one game. You know what I mean? I don't know what the committee thinks. That's not my job. I try not to worry about stuff I can't control. My job right now is to make sure our players know we're a hell of a team. We didn't play well. They're great players, and I want us to know that we could win our next game regardless of who the opponent is.
Last one.
Coach, back on January 4th, Marquette beat you by 32, and you responded from that by winning your next 8 straight. So with this loss from tonight, how confident are you knowing that they responded by getting hot and stringing a lot of wins in a row, that you could do the same in the NCAA tournament next week?
What's funny was you're in our locker room. That's exactly what I told our team. So I think it's a great question. That's exactly what I told our team. But we don't need to win 8. We don't need to win 8. Whatever it is, I know it's not 8.
Providence, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Great question.